Good morning, good evening, good night. Welcome to NFT Live on the Web3 Network on a thirsty Thursday here, March 14, 2024. Sitting here with some awesome folks up on stage, some big brains. We're going to go narrative chasing today, hopefully. Chase this next narrative. Meme coins obviously are just continuing to pop off. DogWifHat is going to be on the Las Vegas Sphere. It's going to be awesome, everybody. We're just rocking and rolling. Let's get some intros out of the way here. Also, a really big local announcement that I'm excited to share as well. Huda, how are you doing, sir?
Good, man. WIF is the one, isn't it? Like, that's the meme coin of this cycle.
The people's coin.
That feels like it. Yeah, man. God damn it. I wish I had some. But, dude, things are good here. I just chugged a whole coffee, like a big coffee before I joined you guys. And, like, I don't feel anything. Like, I'm dragging today. I don't know what's going on,
dude.
That's a sign of too much caffeine. So you might want to moderate your intake for a little bit and then ease back on. Because,
what's crazy is I've had like half of what I would normally have. So I'm like, I just need that to like kind of get me back in. Or maybe it hasn't kicked in yet. Let's see in about 5 minutes.
Well, it's well known that if you are chugging caffeine and feeling tired, it's because it's too much. You're overdoing it. So
I've definitely felt that. That's not fun.
Anyway, seems like a lot of people around here are tired and must be staying up all night burning the midnight candles, degenning on fucking charts and shit. But anyway, we're here, and I don't chase narratives. Narratives come to me.
Yeah, yikes.
He spins the narrative.
Just a tad cringy. DP, that's a half of an X. That's all right. DP, how's it going, man? GM.
What it do, fam? I'm here, man. Just observing, missing out on these meme coins, missing out on WIF. I had a friend today talking about how he's done 990x on WIF. He got in December, caught it.
Celebrate the wins, man.
Did he tell you about
celebrate the pump. You gotta respect the pump.
Did he tell you about it, sir?
Nah.
Oh man, see, that's a whole nother thing.
Never mind. Fuck that guy.
Nah, but it's all good,
zero.
It's all good. I know
it's a zero, fam.
You know, we move and groove in this space sometimes, man, and you just fuck around and you jump into some shit and you don't think it's gonna be anything, and you look up and one day you are a rich lad. So
yeah, actually, I'm not even going to name the individual, but somebody that I've known through multiple cycles now, who's a little bit younger than me. I'd say he's still in his kind of late 20s, I would say. Had to took the old roulette spin on crypto. Didn't work out for him, and he kind of had to move back in with his parents and all that stuff. And guess what? Motherfucker bought DogWifHat 2 months ago as well, and now he's probably sitting on $500,000. So that's how it works.
hey, man,
That's how it works.
Okay, so when people get into those kind of coins early, how did they get in? Is it like when any of us just roll the dice in a random shit coin and we're just crossing our fingers hoping? It's just luck of the draw in a way.
Well, I'll tell you, the guy that I'm talking about, he shouted out Ansem, and he followed his call in December, and so
people give especially the DeFi influencers, they give them a lot of shit, but a lot of them, if you can find the right ones, yes, you are buying their bag. Like you have to come to terms with that, right? You're buying their bag, but some of them are shilling it right after they buy. And so like there are some, like you just said, DP, like Ansem saying, hey, you got to buy this. And then I think at Huda, it's just the luck of the draw, maybe.
What makes me feel better that maybe eventually, maybe.
Well, I mean, that's just one portion of all of this, right? Because the other one is the more intriguing one to me, which is the people that are able to hold through all the whether dips or multiples and not cash out, right? I think DP, you shared one right recently where the dude he made several X's over what his initial entry was, and I mean that already
he flipped it. He flipped it, so he flipped it at 800, and now it's worth $22 million.
And that's what I'm saying, right? But like he flipped it at 800, and what was his entry?
800K?
No, $800.
Oh,
so let's say
it's in our. Hold on, I'll link it.
Yeah, he sent it to us on the Telegram queue. It was pretty heart-wrenching.
Oh, this was that same one. Yeah, got it.
Yeah, but I mean, here's the thing. You what did he put in? $100, $200? That's 8x in a matter of months. Anywhere else in the world, you should be fine taking those profits, right? Like
Yes.
it's unheard of. You don't continue to hodl that, all the way to Valhalla, except here, except in this ecosystem, right? And that's what strikes me often is that like the ones that do hold to these like outrageous levels through these crazy moments is a very special type of autistic person.
We got a little tism.
I don't know.
You
really do almost have to forget. I would almost wager that the people that do eventually make it to those levels are not the people that are constantly checking the charts.
Yeah.
They get very lucky and they freaking sleep through a whole bunch of crazy stuff that would usually shake them out of that position. And it's only until it becomes news that they can come back and check their wallets and they're like, holy fuck. Wow, I'm a millionaire now, right? I'm not saying that's the way it always plays out, but I would wager that the majority of the chart watchers out there, if you're looking at it every day, if you're keeping track with social, you're going to get shaken out one way or another. You're going to take profits. You're not going to reach that level. I mean, some do. And again, hats off to you. That's special type of personality. But yeah, I think in the end, it is a bit luck of the draw, Huda, I think.
Funny enough, though, like I feel like the coins that Polly's involved in are the easier meme tokens. Like the guy just has so much power to like draw attention, and that's what it requires. So it feels like Pepe was such an easy one that, a meme coin that anybody could have gotten into. And same with Pork and whatever else he's doing. Pond, I don't know what else the guy's got going on, but those seem like almost a different thing, like almost a sure thing, because like such power, such influence, I guess, over the crypto crowd.
The pork community is serious. I've been spending more time like trying to understand it. The pork community is not a joke. Like it is a real fucking thing. So do with that info what you will.
All right, I'm gonna give a quick shout out to the folks that are joining us here early. If you're watching us on X or YouTube, appreciate you. OVOT. WX is saying OVOT. We got Easy and Crypto in the house saying it will be good. So smash the like. Christian Jensen with the GM, Cats Fanatic in the house. Let's see, Press Your Luck. Quasar over on X. You guys can leave comments over on X, by the way, and they will show up for us. So Mog on crypto.com. Yeah, Mog is another one that has been a little bit
Mog is something I knew
here.
about was going to be a thing, and that's one of those that I didn't, for some reason, I slept on that I'm now kicking myself for sure. I might still try and buy some Mog. I don't know about DogWifHat. It's probably not too late, but it's probably pretty late. But Mog maybe still a little bit early. I don't know.
Yeah. I think always the allocations here and like you setting up your portfolio in a certain way is important, right? Like percentages in like smaller percentages in like the really high risk meme coins, right? And then maybe like there's a mid cap range of that, and then you kind of have, again, the more like they're not going to get you a 10x tomorrow, but if in a bull run and in a nice little cycle that we're having, they're going to do well. And that to me, I fumbled the bag on Prime, man. Like Prime sitting almost at $20, knew it had substantial product behind it, and just didn't pull the trigger. And I wouldn't classify that in this like really high risk bag. To maybe somebody that's just fucking around with the 401k and dabbling a little Bitcoin, surely that's high risk. But to us, this is more of a as stable as something can be from a project perspective. And I just fumbled it. So Nick Swerve was saying Pond ecosystem is nothing to sleep on, and just had first Coinbase ad in YouTube here. Full bull. What do we mean here? Oh, first Coinbase ad. You got a Coinbase ad. All right, cool. Nice. That's cool. Appreciate you, Coinbase. Maybe just sponsor us instead of YouTube. All right, guys, we didn't even get to the intros here. Gif and Biggie, try to make it quick because we want to get into the episode. GMD, both. Let's get into it.
GM, let's get into it.
Look at this guy. He's looking fresh. Look at that haircut. Smash the like for Biggie. Looking fucking fly today.
And mind you, I'm out in the jungle with all these fucking DJs behind me, and look
amazing.
Fly, good.
Looks like you're at a POW camp.
Yeah, the best looking POW of the bunch. Just don't touch the face. Don't touch the face. OVOT, fam. Let's go.
All right, let's hit them with the disclaimer really quick. Again, we're about, I would say, like 8 minutes into the episode here. Guys, if you're watching over on X, we're seeing some awesome stuff on over there. So please leave a like, a repost if you can, a comment underneath the show. that would help us out a ton. If you're watching on YouTube, you guys are the OGs. Love to see you in the house here commenting. Gif, hit him with the disclaimer real quick. Then we got some local news that I want to really get out front.
Yes, the old handy dandy disclaimer. Here we go, folks. Listen up. Pay attention. This is very important for your safety and ours. Everybody must know one thing. That is, thou shalt not speckle, which means this is not financial advice. We're not financial advisors. So whenever we say thou shalt not speckle, just remember, it just means we're not financial advisors. Nothing that we talk about on the Web3 network or any of these shows should ever be misconstrued as anything close to financial advice. DYOR, it's your bag, and we're just talking about cool shit on the internet. Thank you very much.
Because the thing is, they should speckle. They should speckle a lot. Just don't listen to us with what you're going to speckle on. Is that partially right?
Yeah, that sounds like speckling.
Part of the game.
It sounds like speckling. Yeah,
I think
kick him off stage, Q. Kick him off stage. We can't be having that talk. That's blasphemy.
I can't kick him off stage because he's a big part of the local news piece here. This is pretty dope here, Huda. We got Cool Cats and Crypto Slam. Cool Cats is partnered with Crypto Slam IO, including spots in their upcoming free claim mint, which grants holders special perks in the next phase. Take it away, Huda. This is dope.
Well, it's fucking cool. It's like, I love the OGs. So it's been really interesting going out here and partnering up with communities. I think I may have said it here before. The OGs embrace us. We just asked if they want to partner, and they're like, yes. Like, they don't need to hear anything more. They know Crypto Slam. The next generation, the next class, maybe not as familiar with us because we weren't that vocal on Twitter. Those ones have been a little more challenging, but the cool cat kind of ones are the ones that I geek out over. Like, they're the ones I've looked up to for years now, that I've watched them grow. They've had their ups and downs. They're builders. They know what it's like to do what we're doing because they're doing the same kind of thing in a different path, you know? So it's a treat to get to partner with them. And I'll tell you what, Subber as well, the same kind of feeling because I know they're builders.
Yep.
And I fucking love them. They've been so helpful. Like, the whole team jumping on a call just to ask what we're up to, what they can do to help. Them DMing out of the blue, asking how things are going. Them giving suggestions on different ways I can run my shit. Like, they've been incredible. I'm so happy to give them some spots for this too. Happy to do more with them. Like, they're awesome. I love the Subber guys.
Yeah, Subber has been pretty dope since the time we connected with them, and even before so, using the tools over there on SEI Network. All right.
And can I mention one more thing?
Yeah, go ahead.
We have not been putting this on tweets, and I think it helps. These are going to be free NFTs, so I recommend you try to get one because there's no downside to it. I think, I guess I could just say that. There's a giveaway going on in the Crypto Slam Discord. You might as well get in there. You just have to, be verified. What?
Why are you telling? Why are you telling this?
There's going to be plenty more to go, so, if you miss it, you're going to have some more chances. And I'd love to give some away through this show even, too, so we can get to that another, time.
I was just kidding.
Point,
I was
whatever,
being greedy.
But the point is, you guys should definitely try to get in.
All right, I'm going to get into the show here right about now. So I appreciate that update, and expect more from the Crypto Slam side and NFT Live here. All right, so we've been delving in a little bit to Blast. I've gotten into some meme coins over there. Some have done well, most have not. A lot of people speculating that it was going to be very PvP to start out with, and the people that were predicting that were definitely right. That it has been very PvP. When I say that, it means ducking and dodging every other meme coin because it's rugging and they move very quick, and it's just not that kind of steady growth that maybe you saw from like base tokens early on. Where everybody was kind of winning a good amount. It was right out of the gate, hot and heavy, a lot of meme coins launching. So yes, but Pac Moon has been one of the most talked about here. We were sharing it on the show. The airdrop was going to go live. They had to move it from yesterday because Blast actually went down. So there's two parts of this story. One, I use Dex tools a lot as my data analytics on these coins. If you search by just Blast, there's something very fishy going on here because this is one of if I haven't gotten my whole head around it. Pac Moon just launched maybe 5 minutes before the show, but you can see here if you search by total market cap on all Blast tokens, $4 billion market cap, 3.6 in liquidity, and this isn't even the token apparently, which we'll get here in just a second. This is probably one of the most sophisticated, largest rugs if that's what it's going to be, because this is not again the token and the contract address from the Pac Moon team. So,
I mean, this has been a hyped up drop on Blast for a while. You should not be shocked at all to see people trying to game this thing and fucking rug people or FOMO you into clicking the wrong link or whatever. So maybe this is a
Buying
fake
the wrong token. Yeah.
already
Wow.
it's
Trying to
already
get-
$7 million in volume. Again, you have to watch these and say, hey, is the team buying this with other wallets? It gets sophisticated, but I haven't seen this amount of size in a rug/fake token when you're talking about a $3.6 million liquidity pool. Usually they don't even get to that market cap.
Yeah, they should.
Go ahead.
Well, I don't know if we've checked the Pac Moon Twitter, but they should be talking about this. They should be telling everybody, like, here's the contract. This is a fake one. Like, if they're not communicating around this, that's a huge fucking issue.
Okay, I'm going to share now to Dex Screener. This isn't like a Dex tool issue, I believe. That's more of the size of that token, which will hopefully get some type of post-mortem on. But this is Pac Moon wrapped ETH pool. This apparently is the token. I'll drop it there in the comments on YouTube. Again,
the thruster.
Yeah, the contract address. Let me make sure. Okay, so Pac 0x5FF, and the last 5 is 9C06. Again, do your own research. You have to do your own research for something like this. I do not put it on us if you get freaking rugged here. We're trying to show you in real time what's going on. But apparently this is the token. So it came out at and I'm not a Dex screener user. So FDV is 22 mil.
Market cap.
22 mil, liquidity being 364,000. But yeah, opening up at a $22 million market cap. Biggie, you were trying to get your airdrop prior to the show. Did you end up getting it? And I don't think any of us up here have claimed yet, just because it went live as we
I'm going to
launched.
wait until after the show. This is exactly the type of stuff that I don't want to rush through. I want to read everything 2-3 times, make sure it's the right page, it's the right contract address.
Yeah, watch out on dude. Blast is dangerous right now, man. It's GambleFi that's amped up on fucking crack, and like everybody's gonna be trying to FOMO you and everything. I feel like the percentage of rug to legitimate projects or how many rugs overall is like I just feel like Blast is over indexing for rugs, which isn't a surprise. So far, again, a bunch of liquidity went over there, a bunch of people trying to gamble. So everybody's trying to fucking steal.
Well, I mean, everybody's trying to recreate magic, right? Like everybody is trying to do the Nick thing, the choose rich thing. If you can harness something like attention like that, make a couple of people rich, you will
Solana's
get
a little bit, but
We're talking.
Solana's a little bit more established ecosystem than Blast is, and so it's like I just feel like Blast is even more further out there on the wild west metaphor, like even further out there in like the crazy dangerous parts. So just you got to be fucking careful with this. Also worth mentioning again, Blast went down yesterday, so this was postponed to today. It does seem like they fixed that really quickly, but worth mentioning again.
I'll tell you my thoughts on Blast. There's two things here. First, when you were talking earlier about that token with that $3 billion market cap and saying rug, it didn't click that it truly was like possibly a rug token. I thought you were calling the real POC token a rug, and you're not. Like, I get it now. I'm like, that is crazy. That's fucking huge if it actually is a fake one, which it seems like it is. My approach to Blast, though, it's like, man, if we think it's a legit ecosystem, it's going to work. There's going to be a lot of the, kind of PvP and degen shit there. And again, it's going to be a long-lasting platform. I'm sitting back just to wait till it, feels a little safer, because to Gif's point, it is sketchy as shit right now. And I don't, you don't need to dive into that kind of thing. Again, if you believe that it's still going to be there in a month, a year, 2 years, whatever.
It's true. You were right on that.
Miss opportunities. But
exactly, right? Like, remember ordinals when they were trading on spreadsheets? It was the riskiest time to buy them. But that's probably the people that have made out like bandits. So it's just moves slow, I think.
Real quick though, I want to push back on that a little bit, because we always want to focus on the percentage of people that like do really well and forget that a bunch of people that were early to ordinals got sucked into bullshit, fucking scammy, stolen art, fake projects. A bunch of people also lost a bunch of Bitcoin trying to degen early. So just remember, yes, if you're being early, you might be in that small group that fucking just like 1000x's or like go, makes Jenny wealth. But just always remember that like for every person that gets the fucking Lambo, there's 100 people that lost their shit, that got wrecked. So that's the only thing that I'll say is that, like, yes, you're right. If we'd gotten in on some of the right ordinals early, we might have made some more money. But there was so much scammy, shady shit also happening in those early ordinal drops. People trying to FOMO you and suck up your Bitcoin into all kinds of shit.
And that's why it's important to leverage your network, right? And like know who you're following. If you have friends or know people that are deeply ingrained in a particular ecosystem, they can be gold to you at these moments, right? And make no mistake, I'm sure there's people on blast that are in the know, that know who the real builders are and who is just bullshit. If you can get a hold and follow those people and see what they do, whether it's tracking their wallets or see what they're posting, which is usually a little bit after the fact and you're maybe a little late, but you can still do very well. And that's something that I'm keeping my eyes open. But I think like the key thing is like you need to move slowly.
Base is in an interesting spot right now. By the way, Toshi's up 40% on the 24-hour. It seems like some tokens are going to continue to do well, but it definitely feels more PvP than it was a little while ago.
So I really want to do some more deep dives into base like next week. I don't know how much we'll get into it today, but Joshua Barsene is saying Brett is actually the original meme coin, doing really well. They had some big spaces last night. I've been hearing a couple people talk about Brett. I'm not in on that one. But the thing that I've been starting to think about with base and like understanding where it kind of sits in the larger ecosystem, like how it compares to the different L2s and like the competitive advantages and like how I'm thinking about it, is that I see Blast and Base on opposite sides of the L2 spectrum. I see Blast as like gamble to the like, hello, check.
Yeah, better now.
I see Blast as like furthest out, like leaning into the degen, gamble-fi, like how do we spin tokens into other tokens and just like try and create, wealth out of nothing and just crazy fucking experimental DeFi shit. And Base is at the other side of the spectrum where it's like, I'm not saying they don't have some of that, but that's where way more like long-term building is happening. That's where the people that are trying to create like the dApps that are going to onboard the mainstream, they're all going there because Coinbase isn't going anywhere. Base isn't going anywhere. Like that to me is like the future of B2C retail financial layer. That's Base. That's to me is like, that is the spot.
Yeah.
If you're going to go long term and make a bet long term for what's going to be here and where the real builders are going to be creating good products, I think it's fucking Base.
Yeah, that's been the thesis from the very beginning, is that Coinbase is going to lead to a lot of support and, they're going to have the on-ramps into the chain. Right now, that's not the case, right? Like the NFT scene is non-existent. DeFi is mainly the play over there. And it's getting extremely more, less product focused, more rug focused, more meme coin focused. But they have made some good partnerships. I think, again, Parallel has their stuff on over there. There's a couple other places, but
I think the products are working, and I think Farcaster is building and doing really well. And I think that there's other things that are building that are going to be coming out in the next few months. That's my gut.
What else do you have?
Well, no, that I've just heard that there's a bunch of builders building over there. And like besides Farcaster, Warpcast, and some of the dApps on Farcaster, maybe some things like Friend Pet and some other like mini games. I don't have specifics on that, but the sense that I'm getting from what I'm hearing is that a lot of builders feel much more secure building over there with the long-term mentality, because again, Coinbase and Base are not going to go anywhere, and it's liquidity adjacent. And that's where I think a lot of the retail sort of DeFi is going to be coming in.
Yep.
You got something there, DP? I've got also the Pac-Man chart up here, 26 mil. It looks like it's kind of basing, kind of ranging, maybe coiling if you want to look at it from a really bullish point of view, ready for a breakout. We'll see, man. We'll see what happens with Pac-Man. Go ahead, DP.
Nice, doesn't it?
Yep.
Yeah. No, I think they've unpacked it nicely. I don't have anything to add.
All right. So I don't really have much more on the Blast front. I know they have had some NFTs we've looked at. I don't think I really want to focus on Blast today. Nor Say. I mean, we covered Say earlier this morning on our daily spaces when we were dodging rug after rug over there. So we'll kind of stay away from some of those updates. It was kind of a quiet day on that front. Yeah, Joshua continues to bring up Brett. Let's see. Yeah, guys, by the way, the X got attacked by reports from massive fake spam Brett accounts, so the team is working to get it back up.
Can we look at the Brett token?
Yeah, I had it up earlier.
Oh, sorry, I missed that. How's it looking?
I mean, if you got in, again, like a lot of these that have taken off, if you got in, a couple 2 or 3 weeks in, then yeah, it's looking good. So looks to recovered off a little bit of a dump. $282 million market cap.
Damn. All right.
So Toshi's up big. There's a couple other meme coins in that ecosystem that might be worth looking at. I know Dog and Me is one that Marty brought up that he said he was in. Also a couple others. So, all right, yeah, let's move on. So we lost Huda there for I think the remainder of the show. I think he's had a busy week here with Crypto Slam.
Slammed over at Crypto Slam.
Ooh, double entendre.
Got him. Quasar saying choose Rich, choose Nick. We obviously Solana has been the topic of conversation for sure. We've had those meme coins go off, but Solana token as well doing extremely well on the token increase as well, sitting at 166 right now. I think it got up to like 185. DP, you got some?
Nope.
All right.
Squashman
Meme
saying,
coin madness.
yeah, Squashman saying facts. My uncle, who hasn't touched crypto in 3 years, was asking me about shit coins a few days ago. And each coin I mentioned, he would ask, can I buy that on Coinbase? Look, one of the things that we've talked about that we honed in on early is that the projects launching on Base get priority listing, get priority access to the Coinbase marketplace. We've already seen coins get listed much faster if they come from Base. So like there's going to be synergies there. There's going to be opportunities to building on Base through that fucking marketplace, through the network, and through what they've established that very few people have.
Yeah, we saw Aerodrome. That's probably the token you're referencing. So Aerodrome got the listing. They're the largest DEX over there on Base at the current rate. And that's one I pushed, folks. I say pushed, they ask, and I say what I'm investing in. So again, NFA, DYOR. But yeah, they're able to go straight to Coinbase and buy it, which a lot of these other tokens, they can't do it. So there's a little bit of risk in that for the people that are buying it on Coinbase, because there's probably a Coinbase listing pump that happens from that stuff. So they're kind of the last ones to pick it up. Let's see. X NFT saying Mumu pulled a bonk style airdrop, but did 5 million tokens per NFT rather than per wallet.
Mumu.
So if
I got a little bit
NFT space, the bag is heavy right now.
I got a little bit of Mumu. I offloaded it yesterday when it pumped.
What was it for?
Like maybe $100. I don't even know. Maybe it was Bodago's, because I don't have a lot of Sol NFTs. So it must have been like Bodago's, I guess. But I just noticed I had a little bit of Mumu and it pumped yesterday and I got like $100. So not mad at it.
Yeah, I'm trying to look at the requirements. XNFT, if you have the requirements on the airdrop, I'm interested in that. Everything in me tells me that like it's so hot on Solana right now that like I should be like and I'm not trying to bring my bias in here, but like again, accumulating before the people get there is kind of the move in my opinion. And Solana just doesn't feel that way right now. Although it's so hot and heavy that these things are doing extremely well. So it's hard to hold both thoughts, but that's where I'm at.
So Ethereum, I believe, was where DeFi summer happened last time, right?
Mm-hmm.
So DeFi summer 2.0 seems like a lot of that's on Solana, and it's elsewhere. It's on L2s too, but right now,
I would say the more interesting protocols definitely are on Solana, whether it's Tensor, Mad Lads, what have you. The more interesting DeFi protocols or applications are on Solana at the moment. So that makes sense.
That's where
by all the fucking degening going on with these tokens, right? These meme coins.
that's where a lot of the liquidity is, a lot of the daily active users are, a lot of the DeFi is set up and it's primed, it's ready. So a lot of these meme coins are all dropping on Solana right now.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have much on DogWifHat. I know they secured enough to be on the Las Vegas Sphere, so I'll try to bring this post up here.
It's
but
gonna be hilarious.
Oh,
Maybe
dog,
not.
dog.
Like somebody that doesn't know anything, just be like, "What the fuck is that?"
DogWifHat.
and then they head straight to the exchange to buy
the
it.
roulette to the roulette table.
Next level degeneracy. I love to see this shit. Makes me laugh.
WIF is now a $3 billion meme. The community raised $650K to slap DogWifHat on Sphere Vegas. Meanwhile, the Sphere Entertainment entire market cap is only $1.7 billion.
It's crazy. Man,
I love it.
How can something? How long did they leave it? How long are they going to leave it on the Sphere for $650K? Is that per day?
Yeah, I think it's per day. So it's very expensive. It is some of the most expensive advertising real estate in the entire world because everything that gets put up there gets fucking shared. It gets so much earned media. Like it is one of the most technologically advanced displays in the world right now. So they charge a shit ton of money per day.
XNFT saying those are the collections. I think you tried to drop a link. You can't do that over here on YouTube. I don't think you can do it on X either. So
yeah,
if you can,
I meant like the products behind the collections, right? So Mad Lads with backpack, Tensor with Tensorians with the Tensor trade, and then the third one, the Holy Trinity, Sujiko, right? I believe was the other one, the three amigos, the three, whatever. Yeah. They are, I think, like I don't know. I find it very interesting because it's like we've talked about here before. It's like this NFT collection 2.0 kind of resurgence, right? Where it's like the NFT also comes attached with a product and privileges to access that product and potentially a token airdrop, I believe, from all of them. So very cool to see.
All right, we'll be following the NFT side of this as well. I believe Cat's Fanatic is the one that said it. Yeah, let me read this back. I am ready for NFT season to come back. Yeah, I mean, we're like I said, we're going to be tracking this stuff. Another red day on the NFT front. Pudgies are about to fall potentially below 10. Bored Ape Yacht Club at 14. Little Pudgy's below 1. So yeah, another red day across the board.
So much blood. So much.
A lot of blood.
It's in the wrong eco.
You know what? The tokens that are doing well on ETH, at least from my perspective, kind of looking at this, if it's not token related, like and not like, hey, we're about to do an airdrop, or anything gaming related, it feels like the parallel avatars, I think, still sitting at 1. My Pet Hooligan around 1. So at 0.9 here, but you can just tell like they're not really moving. Pixelmon, if you want to call it a gaming related NFT. Which I think is accurate, is up actually on the week. So it feels like they are kind of outside of this pullback, but still, man, it's a tough one here. Any updates? I know we talked about Solana meme coins. Any updates on Solana NFT projects? Are you guys like tracking movement on that at all?
Yeah, a little bit. Breadheads just raised some money. I think they are going to be doing really well. Best way to describe it is an OS type of system for like system/wallet for all your degen needs, which I think could play really well with normies, that enter later on, right? And like don't want to, risk clicking on the wrong thing or anything of the sort. You'll be able to access their platform, and everything from there, I believe, has been like checked. So you'll be able to transact, make your trades there, with the comfort of knowing that all of this has been sanctioned. So you don't have, it's like, I guess the best way to describe it is like it's a browser within a browser, and you're able to transact through there on different ecosystems and not get fucking rugged, which is really sweet. Yeah, you can't find them. Breadheads or bread. Dream OS, maybe. I know they changed the OS to Dream OS. If not, I'll find it for you. But that's one I'm tracking closely. The other one I mentioned a little while ago is Sujiko. I think from my Solana friends, and I know we have some people in our audience that are more well versed there, but from what I understand, it's 3 different friends. The one from Mad Lads, and then the one from Tensorians. Third one is Sujiko, which I believe is NFT Perps, what they're developing over there, and I find that collection pretty interesting. I'm full disclosure, I hold a couple of Sujikos. They're pretty close to mint price at the moment, so it's definitely a buy and hold type of play for the time being.
Yeah, drop those collections in the private chat if you can, and I'll get them pulled up. Yeah, I mean, it looks like Solana NFTs outside of something like a Bodalgo's, looks like SMBs are doing okay, are getting affected as well. You see 20%, 30% down on some of these. Some of them are holding, like we talked about, but Mad Lad's holding on the 7-day. Tensorians, even with the recent announcements about a token, are holding here on the 7-day.
Here's my prediction, because we've been talking a lot about NFTs struggling. They have been struggling. It hasn't been the narrative. Everything else has been picking up, and everybody's been trying to get into liquidity. Everybody's been flooring NFTs as crypto goes up, and the narrative shifts to DeFi and meme coins and Bitcoin and everything else. So everybody's been trying to get out of NFTs, get what they can, get liquid. But here's what I think happens, y'all. At a certain point, I don't know if it's next week, I don't know if it's next month, I don't know if it's 2-3 months from now. At a certain point, NFTs are going to be beaten down so bad, and then the narrative is going to start to shift, and the coins, I think it's after the altcoins really pump, right? So it's like, again, like we know, you got Bitcoin and Ethereum starting to move. Those are getting close. Like Bitcoin already hit all-time highs. Once Ethereum gets up and hits all-time highs, especially, like altcoins are going to be moving next.
Yeah.
After we get through that altcoin pump, and after the altcoin stuff starts to cool off, again, this might take another couple months, might be through the summer. Everybody is going to be what are the undervalued NFTs.
Get closer if you can.
Yeah, you might.
Everybody's going to be chasing what are the undervalued NFTs at a certain point.
You might.
At a certain point, the narrative shifts. Everybody says, okay, all these fucking NFTs are way beaten down, and the altcoin narrative is petering out. How do I get into the undervalued NFTs? So that's what's going to happen.
I'm showing off some pieces here that Biggie Poppins got. Also Bodalgo's as well, running up to about 12 off Nick, and now sitting at around 7.2. Yeah, I mean, there's a good point being made about the USD and kind of pegging to at least your thought process or your thesis and the way you look at them to USD and not to the underlying token, Sol or ETH. But DP, you look like you wanted to hop in. After
I was just gonna say, I haven't had really much opinion on most of these meme coins, because I've missed some of this cycle as far as like the meme tokens go. So I'm just waiting for the next rotation, honestly. Like I'm waiting on the gaming coins to pop. I'm waiting on the good projects to pop, and of course for the liquidity to flow back into meme coins. Because one thing is for certain, everybody, like I was saying before, everybody's gonna have their day in the sun. So if you're currently missing like a lot of these meme coin plays, I think we're starting to get to the point to where Marty is funny. I think we're starting to get to the point to where that after a while the narrative is about to become boring for some. And I think you got to think like how much more, even with DogWifHat, like how many more legs does it have to go? Like it's already at a $3 billion market cap. How much further could it go? I think them putting the mascot on the spear, to me that's the top signal almost. So we'll see.
I simultaneously agree with you. I think we are due for some type of legitimate pullback that kind of scares retail away one last time. maybe for like a month or two, and that like maybe a sharp downwards move on Bitcoin to like 60K or 55. Like,
you're on my side.
and then at the end of it, that's where we fucking take off. And using the historical, I mean, I always like doing this. I don't know how much of it is one for one, cycle to cycle. But DP, having said that, I also think it's a dangerous thesis to be playing with, that like I missed some of these things, so I'm not going to jump in. That's kind of like you're standing in front of a gigantic machine, and I don't know the exact kind of parable I was going for, but like you're standing in front of it, and like it can roll you over, or you just never get to participate.
I feel what you're saying. I'm fading the flow, right?
Yeah.
And that's the cardinal sin in crypto, that you don't fade the flow. But I'm also saying to myself that I would be jumping in when these market caps are at multiples of millions. Like we're talking about 8, 9 figures, 10 figures for some of them. And just the rule of thumb, like, man, some of those things, yeah, some of them will continue to go. But when we see them approaching those 9-figure, 10-figure marks, like for most people, I'm not the only one that has that thought of, well, shit, I mean, it's ran up to like $1 billion. How much further could it go? And then you have the people that are holding big bags, like, yo, I've already hit like 10 million. Do I really want to play with it and wake up tomorrow? And then I discover I'm back down to 500,000 because everybody had an exit event overnight. So I'm not really fading more of the newer plays. Like, of course, I like million stuff on sale. Like, I will get in early over there to some stuff. But for most of these big projects, I'm like, I don't know. Like, I just in my gut, I don't have that good feeling that's telling me like, yeah, it's still fresh, because I mean, we've been playing the attention span in crypto is so fast, and we've been playing this narrative for a few months now. So I could see after a while things starting to get a little bit stale.
So if you kind of stayed on the sideline here on Blast, this is an interesting play, because again, DP saying, "Hey, I'm not going to go chasing DogWifHat in like the largest movers." Although again, this is all coin flips, right? Like you can take an educated guess. Who the fuck knows? DogWifHat could double up again, and triple up or whatever. But if you just stayed out of it, and maybe again, there's some people that time this well. So Andy is another one over here on Blast. Like a lot of these meme coins are going anywhere between like, I would say like some of the mid caps are around this range, $2 million, right? $2-3 million. You can see it's been going down relatively strong. This is an hourly chart. Interesting time though with Blast, because these ones that do survive, right, that do make it into, hey, maybe we get a large inflow of interest into a Blast. This is right now is a very interesting time if you just kind of stayed on the sideline. Again, you see it's only up what? I mean, let's zoom out a little bit more. I don't want to get y'all wrecked, but it's not up necessarily that much higher. Maybe a 4x from its actual like the beginning of the project, which again in meme coin land is not that ridiculous when you see like 30,000% gains and things like this. So yeah, a lot of Blast looks like this. Like a lot of the meme coins that I know will be around that aren't going to be 48-hour rugs look like this. It will be an interesting time, DP, to enter something like Blast and maybe base tokens as well. This is the Ethereum chart, but before we get into it, GIF, Biggie, did you have anything there?
I'm trying to figure out right now how I want to position myself ahead of the halving, because I'm just expecting there's going to be a dump, but like, is it still going to be hot for the next couple of weeks? So it's like, how much do I want to be sort of putting aside and waiting for the dump? So I'm just trying to figure that out.
Well, you have two potential dump catalysts coming up, right? You have tax season in April, and then you also have in April the halving, right? And so those two things will be definitely cause for some, downturn. How much? Who's to know?
Yeah, so I'm
still got a little time.
I'm still degenning and I'm trying to play it out, but also be wary that like at some point I think that downturn is gonna happen. Squashman's asking what decks are people using to trade shit coins on SEI. It's CoinHall and or Astroport over there. I'm not familiar with Andy, so I'm gonna look into that one a little bit more.
Yeah, Andy's over on Blast.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I had some other things in mind, but I kind of forgot. Oh, Nick Swervis saying 10x don't happen after you hit 3 billion market cap. See, I think that
Pico
sounds
top.
I think you do. Yeah. I think that sounds like it makes sense for obvious reasons, because you don't expect some of these coins that have no innate value to keep going. But I do think that the winners will, like Dogecoin starting to run and is already at 20 bill. I think Pepe, DogWifHat, and a few others get to that 20 bill level in this cycle when shit gets really heat. So that's still a 10x. That's a 5 to 10x from here for a Pepe and some of these bigger ones.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, the entire market cap is going up. I mean, to look at Ethereum again, I'll pull it up here in just a moment. I think that maybe gives us a little bit of an indicator, but again, don't use these as like one-for-one references. So this is Doge again in the last cycle, moving on up to almost 70 cents. I think it barely touched like 69 classic there. You can see where it's at right now relative to last cycle. And we also have, so there's Doge on the max chart. We also have Ethereum, and this one is probably more of an indicator of like the entire market. But you can make the claim that here we are. You know what I mean? Like I think maybe it runs a little bit more, but you did see like there's an evident here that 2021 April to May, that month period we ran up to almost an all-time high. That was at the time. We dipped heavily the next month, and it took us until July to start our ascent again. And again, this is all kind of like we're chart whispering, right? But like you saw a little bit of the same here in 2017. You saw June 2017, the move from 45 ETH to about 400, so almost a 10x. I would call it an 8x probably. And then it kind of based for a while before the winter, like the literally the winter pump, like the holiday pump into the top, which was like 1400.
So Marty made a comment and said Book of Memes already stole Nick's attention. So BOME, that's Book of Memes. That's the one that our boy Beanie, our guy Beanie, has been promoting, that they hit that huge, I think what is it, a $6 million market cap right now?
Book of Memes at 100 mil right now, but that changes over the course of, like, this is an hour chart. Just about to show you.
Faded that one
again.
You
faded that one.
No. I didn't fade anything. I just got hip to it probably like an hour before the show started, and I didn't even check the chart. But I saw at 3:28 a.m. they were talking about. I was looking at the comments. They were like, it was like at 6 million, just not even 24 fucking hours ago.
Yeah. So this token launched at 3 a.m. If you waited an hour to get in and you picked it up around 48. You're still at a 4x here.
Goodness
so
gracious.
Yeah, we'll see where it goes. $100 million market cap right now. Yeah, Solana's hot and heavy. I don't know how else to say it to those of you that haven't gotten in or are kind of watching, like myself in a lot of ways. Like dude, this Star Atlas bag is going to be interesting to watch with this GameFi narrative. I counted that shit out.
I haven't heard in ages.
I know.
Star Atlas. What's going on over there?
We had the convo last night or last show, and I've been generally following them. Like, they made it through the FTX FUD, and they that they were gonna continue a couple years. They had the runway, all that stuff. But now GameFi narrative is back. Bull Run's back. They're building a shit ton. Like, I don't want to do it again because we just showed it off last.
All we need to hear is the Illuvium, and then it's on for sure.
Real quick, Fiat Fire coming through with a comment here over on X. If you're watching us over on X, appreciate you. His nose has legs. Gift edit on all Nick there. But yeah, appreciate you guys.
Drop that in the comments.
Appreciate you guys joining here. If you're on YouTube, X, wherever you may be watching before or afterwards, Y'all getting after it. Look, I've been having major fucking issues with my application today. Restream stopped showing comments a long time ago for me. So I'm gonna try to get to some guys. If you can hit any that come up, again, that's definitely there. Let's see.
Marty's getting wins. I mean, shout out to the wins over there. Love to see it. He's saying, I sold my Brett for 3x, still have dog in me on base. Says that he's winning on Moon or Doom, which is a YOLO Games thing on Blast that I haven't spent enough time in, apparently. Yeah, man. Dude.
Easy and Crypto saying, say those say dexes one more time. So yeah, Astroport definitely the largest. CoinHall as well. CoinHall's had some updates. Definitely joined the Say What morning show. Even afterwards, if you can't catch the Say What morning show, you can jump in and see all of the links that we're dropping on the Xbox there, even afterwards. Andy is on Sol 20x the blast market cap. I did see that. I appreciate you calling that out. I do think Andy on Blast makes a ton more sense, and I'm going to go full 20 IQ here. Andy is a fucking yellow character. He's like the yellow Pepe family. He belongs on Blast. So I do think that probably has legs. But again, the Soul one could totally take it. So I want to go back real quick, guys, to this Ethereum chart. Is this your general take, Biggie Poppins, DP, or GIF? Like, is this the general take? Like, we are going to have one of these, or are we just not going to see it? Is this total super cycle things, or what's the prediction here?
I think we're 20% from the all-time top, the all-time high. I think we get to the all-time high and hit that peak and then pull back. So yeah, I think we still got about 15-20% to run on this run. And that when it gets close to that all-time high, that it does do that pullback. That's what I think.
I think it'll look kind of like Bitcoin's pullback. It'll be a slight pullback, and then it'll be some, because Bitcoin has been inching with price discovery, right? Like, so we hit like 70, pull back a little bit, got up to 71 something, pull back a little bit, got up to 72. I like now we're back down at 70.5. And so I think it'll be the same thing with Ethereum. I think we're gonna hit some new ranges this cycle, because we've already blasted through. We've outperformed last year. I mean the previous cycle by leaps and bounds as far as timeline is concerned. Like, Bitcoin,
so
go ahead.
No, this is interesting, DP, that you're bringing up Bitcoin. This is the max chart. Bitcoin did not have necessarily the pullback Ethereum did in 2017. You see it in 2021, right? You hit 60 and then you bought. That's almost a 50% dip, by the way. So again, just be prepared. We don't know when this is going to happen, but it could happen where 60K all the way to 35. But Bitcoin didn't have that dip in 2017, DP. It's interesting.
I'm just thinking, like, because I'm asking myself, because I was looking at everything. Well, I was looking at Bitcoin hit the all-time high, and you're right. But even with Ethereum, I didn't expect Ethereum to cross the $4,000 price range this soon either.
Yeah.
But I guess it started becoming real once Bitcoin hit its all-time high. You know, Ethereum is never too far behind. So now I'm like, okay, it's still early in the cycle. We haven't even hit the halving yet. And so I'm thinking that, you know, remember how before everybody was like, well, next cycle, you know, we're going to hit 120,000, 250,000, a million. Yeah, now it's starting to become the possibility. I'm not saying that we're going to go to those astronomical prices, but the possibility is becoming more real to me now.
150K is not crazy for this cycle.
Yeah,
it's not at all.
Literally just a 2x. Yeah.
No, 150K is probably on the lower end of where it tops out. I think it probably tops out over 200K.
I can see that.
All right, it's going to be a wild year. 2024 market down. This was another project. Oh, did I just lose it? What the hell? This was another project we were tracking along this run. We were calling $40, I think, something around that in maybe the middle of the bear or maybe the end of the bear. That would just be a 2x for Prime right now. So I do think it potentially reaches that again, NFA DYR. But this announcement, apparently Helico will play a pivotal role in growing and optimizing Parallel's AI-powered game ecosystem and economy across multiple top distribution channels. Leaning into both, two narratives there, AI and gaming. That could potentially be a boom for them. Guys, we're probably 10 minutes left in the episode here. Is there anything we want to show off and maybe talk about here? We did start by talking about Pac Moon. This is the chart. This is the minute chart because we're Uber Degens. It just launched. If we go out to the 5 minute, you can see it there. Sitting at $25 million FDV. So I'll open this up to y'all. What are we hitting on?
Pepe dropped a 0, at least briefly last night. Very cool. Very excited to see that. Hopefully it sticks next time. Marty is adding, I think, more fuel to Nick's nose fire. The more you talk about it, Marty, the longer it's gonna stay. This is becoming a thing, Marty. Just remember, you just keep talking about it more and more.
Marty says I'm always.
He's definitely like this Nick character. Like he's like he definitely has this like hate pump going on, right?
It's like rage baiting.
It's a perfect concoction because either you love him or hate him. There's no in between. And
this is rage baiting.
Favor.
This is professional rage baiting. Like this guy is literally rage baiting everybody, and Marty's literally just falling into that trap and playing along with it, whether he realizes it or not. Kat's saying Valeria is going to take off after NFT NYC, finally about ready for launch. They will have a tourney and a big booth for people to play at the center of the conference. Heads up. So we should maybe go look at Valeria because that's one that I've been kind of looking and checking back in on.
I thought you were going to say we should maybe go to NYC, but okay.
I'm not going this time. I've been there, done that, done some big events there.
Saw that.
All right, we did see a Monad announcement this morning. It looks like 3 hours ago. Monad DevNet is live. Real TPS achieved on the EVM. This is a major competitor to say, right? Like they're not obviously going with their mainnet launch. I think they were thinking Q4 for their mainnet here for Monad, but definitely another one that you could potentially be checking out if you're doing that zig while folks are zagging over there on Solana. So yeah, Monad finally going live. Definitely want to check out.
Can I cut in real quick? I gotta take care of some IRL stuff real quick, but I'm sure I'll be back on tomorrow. If you all notice, I've been trying to inch my way into more shows, so I've been doing Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays. I hope you all enjoyed. I've enjoyed bringing my takes to you all and kicking it with the fellas and chopping it up. You know,
dude, the headbands are fire, bro. So
they're actually bandanas. You know, I just time I fold them up like headbands. But I appreciate it, man. You know, I'm trying to keep the drip going. I need to order some more. If anybody has any cool bandanas they want me to rock, just send them to me and I'll order them.
Right on.
That's gonna be my thing.
Bandanas I've seen, they're pretty dope.
DP bandana.
All right, DP, we're gonna hop off here in like the next 5 minutes, but it looks like you got some things to be doing, some deals to be making. So we'll let you run here. Appreciate you, sir.
All right, man. Much love to everybody.
OVOT, man.
OVOT.
All right, there was I'm not on Runes, right? So I believe that's more like Bitcoin ordinals and Bitcoin focused. Xverse Wallet added support for Runes testnet. Runes is definitely one I've been seeing more and more. I've been fading it for the most part, like the rest of the ordinals kind of move. I'm just choosing to spend my time elsewhere. Runes is probably going to do extremely well. Biggie, do you have any thoughts on Rune Token, or are you getting involved in that at all?
I am in your camp in this regard. Okay. I am not playing them. I'm not part of them. I think they're going to do well. I'm just human. Nothing to add there. Think, if anything, like right now, what I'm doing is, yes, I'm playing some of these meme coins here and there for fun, very small bags, just for entertainment. What I really am doing mostly is just going through my portfolio and going asset by asset and just kind of setting alarms for moments when I believe certain targets are hit to consolidate, to take profit. And also
what are you using to do like setting alarms? Like, what are you using to do
I'll
that?
use Dex Screener, and I'll use depending on which ones, right? I like CoinGecko also is pretty good with alarms. You can, because you can set them like recurring, and so like some of them I'll just set like one time just to kind of let me know like, hey, we hit this target. It doesn't necessarily mean go do something. Then I have others that are like recurring, which is like, hey, like you need to go and like see where this project is at the moment and see if you take profit or if you continue holding or what have you. And then the third thing I'm doing very much is in anticipation of like a possible dip between now and maybe a little bit after the halving even. And that is creating a shopping list, creating a shopping list of tokens and assets that I found attractive that I might have felt I missed, and potential targets where they might fall. And then, you know, try to set up a budget there and have a plan of action. So when these dips, because you know how they are, they happen fast, and they don't necessarily stay there very long. And so, you know, if you need to have liquidity in a particular chain, if you need to, you know, you really, it helps a lot to already have a list and have, you know, that capital already allocated to what your interests are, and, you know, have alternatives in case some of them don't reach those levels, right? But that's what I'm doing right now. It's just like evaluating my portfolio, setting up targets, you know, and like I think now is the time that you really want to be like, okay, where would I want to start taking profit? Set those alarms, you know, make them recurring. It doesn't mean that you have to absolutely, of course, we're all guilty of moving goalposts, but it's more important to do them now before, you know, like when we're still in the calm before the storm, because once you're in it, you know how it can be. You know, you get very euphoric. You don't start thinking straight. And then also it's a great practice to just kind of know where your assets are, right? Like I know many of us have multiple fucking wallets everywhere. And you don't want to be that person that's like, well, where is this thing? You know, when the time comes to sell or when you want to do something. So I think that's good hygiene at the moment. That's where I'm spending my time. Other than that,
I'm surprised you're setting price alarms. That feels like more of like a daily trader type of mentality.
So for me, yeah, they are. And I'm not, that's what I meant. Like they're not alarms that are like take profits or do something now. For example, there's certain coins that I kind of held that are starting to do well, right? But maybe I don't think that they're going to outperform in this cycle. And so I'm setting certain levels where it's like, hey, pay attention here. Like we hit this, like maybe start, you know, bringing this into another, you know, rolling it into something else. Like I'm not, they're not like trade alarms. They're just kind of like, pay attention. This is like, go look at this asset right now and see where it's at the moment. Right. The other thing I can tell you folks is I'm really, I've talked about it many times here on the channel, Phantom and Near. Near had a great run recently. So did Phantom. Near's doing really interesting stuff in the AI front, in the modular space front, in the chain abstraction front, different stuff. Like I think Near is a sleeper that you'll see perform well. And this is not my telling you like go buy the token, but I definitely think that both of these, Phantom and Near, have the builders, they have the war chest, they have all the ingredients for there to something to spawn from there, right? Whether it's an app or an asset that can really outperform. So, you know, along with the others, the usual suspects that we've been talking about here, which is Ordinals and SEI and Blast and Base, I think you do well by paying attention to what's being built or what could pop off on Near, on Phantom. Obviously, Stacks we've brought up a couple of times. I think Stacks would also have its moment. So those are three that I think people aren't paying too much attention in, and that can surprise people if they come out with the right meme coin, app, what have you.
Real quick. So first of all, Huda's back. Welcome back, Huda.
The wizard.
Thank you for letting me back. I never know if the door is going to be locked or
It's always wide open. It's held together with a Cheeto. Biggie Poppins. Do you have any last thoughts on maybe like Monad or Barachain? Like you think those are a little bit too far off?
No, I don't. So so I have like these folders with links, right? And whenever I'm a little bored or maybe I have like 5-10 minutes, I already have the links with all the protocols I need to hit. So I'll just pop them up, and then I'll just run through transactions, right? Like on some of my wallets for Barachain. Still not possible with Monad, although I think that's coming now that DevNet is out. And then the other thing that I'm looking for is opportunities or possibilities to maybe run a node so that I can get rewarded that way. Those two are like those two, Barachain, Monad, and Zora, are chains that I'm like, on my periphery as like something that I can maybe farm and that I think will perform well once they're out on mainnet. But yeah, that's like, I don't know. Is it passive? It's not passive, right? Especially if you're doing the node, it's a pain in the ass. But I will say there's two different types of services that I've seen, and they always heat up during these bull markets, and you need to be very careful about who you transact with in this regard. But there's definitely like nodes as a services type of things out there where you can like actually pay somebody else to run the nodes. You set up your wallet and then you potentially rewarded that way. Although again, there's a big trust factor. You want to make sure you're dealing with people that are reputable and honest there. If not, you'll just get rugged. And then the second one is also farming as a service, which I found really intriguing. And apparently this has been going on for a while. I didn't know about it, but I was like, dude, this is the coolest thing. And it's like services that will allow you to create these wallets. You deposit funds in these wallets, and basically these bots that are like Sybil bot resistant basically start transacting on your behalf. And obviously it's going to cost you money that you're never going to get back. But say, for example, for something like Base, I'm potentially looking at that as like maybe like throwing some money there and just having a bot run transactions for me for the next couple of months. And if Base drops a token, boom, you get some drop back.
Dude, I really, first of all, that is alfalfa. We've been talking about distribution of tokens, all this stuff. Like that would suck. Like, and Biggie, you're I'm not gonna hate the player here. You're playing the fucking game, but like, reward actual transactions. Like if you can reward actual transactions, because like that from a player's perspective, that's fucking awesome. I want to do that. I'm gonna ask you about it afterwards and see if I can get on this. But like, just reward the real folks.
I agree with you. It's very hard to parse through all of these wallets and transactions and find like the real people, like who was it, Stu, that was talking in our SEI network, right? It's like, who are our real holders? Those are the people that I want to reward, not the people that are just here for the token. But again, like you said, do you want to be right, or do you want to make money?
Yeah, facts.
Unfortunately, there's like one of the ways that I think some of these protocols gauge who they want to reward is transaction volume. And unless you're there in front of the computer constantly clicking like a freaking monkey nonstop, you're not going to reach those levels where it's going to be worth it, right? And so I think, and I mean, technically it's still an investment, right? Like you're taking a risk on the fact that maybe they catch you and they're like, oh, this is a bot. Maybe the civil resistance wasn't that great and you're discounted and you lost that money. So again, these are things that you need to consider. I'll give for that same reason.
I'm going to give Marty his love here, Biggie Poppins, because he says now you moved into sibling points. We moved in from not liking points to now you're Sybil farming points.
Strangest person I have ever come across in my life. I do not know where you heard that I hate points. I freaking love points, man. Literally traveled around the world last year on fucking points, motherfucker. Like, I love points. I just like it when I know that I'm gonna win. And the problem with the points that these fucking Web3 companies and protocols apply is that they leave a lot to the imagination, but they don't give you any specifics. And I hate going into a game where I don't know the rules.
That's fair. That's fair.
I get it. It's degen, and at some point you got to take a leap of faith. But I much prefer it when I know the scoreboard and I know the returns, and that way I can play the game, man. More effectively. That's all. Yeah, dude. I'm fucking dude. I love
Biggie. We gotta move. We gotta move because I need to shut down the show here in just a second. Cats Fanatic talking about Valyria. If you're not familiar with Valyria at this point, I don't know what to tell you. You're fading it. Again, one of my major rules here, if someone is screaming in your face about something for a long period of time, usually that stuff tends to do pretty okay. Not financial advice.
My Val bag.
Peter Koo is saying, "Did I hear choose rich?" I don't think you heard that today, unless was Huda saying it? I don't
Choose
know.
rich.
I'm not gonna.
I've heard it. Choose rich.
XNFT asking about Gunzilla, but we do have to shut down the show here. Huda, because you came back, you joined us, you got through the back door there. Anything that you want to kind of close out the show with, sir? Like any other topics or things that you're interested in? Yeah.
Just I don't know if you covered it. It's just that continued Ethereum NFT bloodbath. I mean, it's ugly, and I mean it's ordinals too. To be fair, it's just everything. But
It's all NFTs. That's what I keep saying. It's not just Ethereum. We're all focused on Ethereum because they're the biggest. That's where the most blood is. But I think it's NFTs in general. Everybody's going to liquidity, and like I said, at some point after the altcoins pump, the pump's going to move back there, and everybody's going to be trying to get these undervalued projects. So just keep your eye out for the things that you like, because they're going to be down bad here in the next month.
That's so it when you frame it that way, which is absolutely perfect.
I
there
sent
is
you this
kind of
one.
nothing but
I know.
opportunities, right? Like it's just a ton of opportunities in NFTs. It's getting to that point. So
It's going to be at that point for sure.
The crypto dick butts of Bitcoin have apparently hit. This is I hate it here.
I don't buy that these are going to catch. I think there's like these are almost too stupid where it's not even funny. Maybe maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's just this mood I'm in today. But like I don't think these are going to work.
I would say they're trying to shove them down your throats, but you get the
Thank you.
Wow.
It's forced. It's forced.
That's
I've
two
had-
X's.
How many people have asked you today, like, hey, do you love the Cox? I can't. I'm not like I've been asked that so many times.
These
and
are
it's
gonna
like,
have. They're gonna have a moment because they're gonna have a bunch
Everywhere.
of people. They're gonna have a bunch of people who try to make it a thing. I don't see them actually catching on and becoming a long-term thing. Maybe it has
Did
a
I
moment.
get us canceled?
No. We've done worse. We've done so much worse.
All right, guys, we are shutting down the show. Cats, let's try to get Valeria back on NFT Live and let's
That'd be dope.
talk to him just to get the updates here before we get there.
Pre-NYC.
What did somebody just hold on? I might have just gotten some kind of announcement.
Somebody spoke. What are they saying?
I don't know.
I want to know.
Anyway,
Alpha.
y'all, thanks for coming through, hanging out with us
Lucky-
today.
Yeah, Lucky Trader using our show name, Biggie Poppins. That's all I saw. That's what got my attention.
Wait, what happened?
Lucky Trader saying "say what" about a recent raise from Pallet Exchange. We're not going to go too far into it, but that's what got my attention here. Say what? Pallet, the leading NFT marketplace, announced private raise
Oh, who's in
2.5
it?
mil.
Let's see. Spartan. I like
Spartan.
that.
I touched on it. Oh,
Coin-
Coinbase in it. Look at that.
Dragonfly.
Angels.
Fucking dragon and beanie.
GG.
Fucking beanie.
It's just G Money and Beanie. Got it. All right. Well,
Yep.
2.5 mil. Hey, I guess they chose rich. Yes, I said it. I said I wouldn't say it. All right. This has been a fantastic episode. We went about an hour and 15 minutes, so time to wave goodbye until tomorrow. Friday episodes are lit here on NFT Live. If you've been tuning in on X or YouTube, y'all are the goats. We know you got other places you could be. Choose to spend it with us, and we appreciate you for it. Leave a like before you head out. Huda, let's start with you, and then let's go around the circle. OVOT.
Yawn. Have a great evening, guys.
Wolf
Biggie
saying
Poppins.
Boo Token's live, by the way, Biggie.
Ooh.
Your Boo Token is now live.
He has to go.
Gary. Yeah, gotta go. OVOT fam, I wish you the best. Enjoy the rest of your day. We'll see you tomorrow. I'm excited. Fridays are always great. It's gonna be fun.
Dude, I love Friday shows. I love them.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
OVOT.
Friday show tomorrow incoming. Smash the like
And
for the
watch
fam
those
up here.
links.
Smash the like, share it out. Come back tomorrow. Subscribe to the Web3 Network. We love y'all. We appreciate y'all. Our verber.